Welcome to Deep Cove in North Vancouver. My name is Laurie, and normally I'm traveling around in my camper van, but I'm here now in home base. My dog Georgie and I are in Panorama Park because I needed to come back to Vancouver for some medical tests. I got an email in response to last week's newsletter where I shared I'm waiting for blood test results to tell me whether or not I have bone marrow cancer. I have no problem with whatever happens in my life because I'm at a very good and peaceful place in my life. But I got an email from a reader who, well, one reader said she's so sorry I have cancer, which I actually may not have. Another reader said, can I tell him how to get published in Reader's Digest magazine? He asked for some tips on building self-confidence in order to be a freelance writer. And the funny thing is I really liked that second email about asking for help, because that's why I sent the newsletter. Life can be so good and precious and meaningful regardless of who is in your life, what diagnosis you have, and how soon you think you might die. I want to share 5 reasons that I don't mind getting older, and I actually don't even mind coping with health issues as a woman in my 50s. And the first reason I've already kind of alluded to, and that's the inspiration and encouragement that I can be if I'm dealing with bad situations or difficult situations. I'm not going to be that much of an inspiration if everything is great in my life and my marriage is perfect and I have the perfect number of children and all life is beautiful. Where's the encouragement or inspiration in that? But as I walk around my neighborhood here in Deep Cove, where I've lived for 12 years, I go by houses and I remember people who have died. 5 people: Doreen, Shannon, Uncle Dave, Calvin, Anya. I walk around my neighborhood and I remember those people that I deeply loved and connected with, and they're gone now. And they are such an inspiration to me to live life fully. The more things that I deal with and the more that I share with you, the more of an inspiration I can be. And that reminds me of my favorite quote. Since I was a teenager, death plucks my ears and says, "Live, for I am coming." The second reason I don't mind dealing with health issues and getting older, I've got bunions, bursitis, ulcerative colitis, osteoporosis. With every new health diagnosis and every new ache and pain I feel, I develop more of an appreciation and a gratitude, a feeling of such intense pleasure at things like a cup of coffee that I can still drink and I may not be able to drink in the future. The beauty of the things that surround me, the freedom to be able to drive in my camper van and work with horses, the ability to walk my dog, to talk to you, to set up videos, to edit. There's so much that I love about life. And every time I get a new health diagnosis and a new ache or a pain or a new pinprick because I have to give blood for a possible bone marrow cancer test, the more I feel so grateful and happy for those little things. The third reason I don't mind getting older and dealing with health issues is because for some reason I really enjoy being at the hospital. I enjoy being under the care of nurses and doctors and anesthesiologists and even techs who give me ultrasounds, which I had the other day. They are so kind and caring and friendly, and they touch me with affection. Well, maybe not love affection, but they touch me in caring ways, and I know that they're there to help me. It's all about me. This is what I'm dealing with, and what do you think about me, and how can you help me? And I really enjoy that. Okay, so that may be a really weird reason to not mind getting older, but it works for me, and if it works for me and it makes me feel good, I'm gonna keep it. Fourth reason that I don't mind getting older is that, and especially getting sicker and feeling pain, is that it pushes me deeper into the presence and awareness of God. When I was recovering from shoulder surgery and I woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't lie down because I had to sit up straight sleeping, and I hadn't taken enough Percocet. I remember sitting there and I'm staring at the fireplace and I'm like, Jesus, why don't you help me? God, where are you? And I heard, or I felt this audible knowing that presence or God or awareness was in me. God is not out there for me and not something I have to pray to and ask for help. It's something that is within me that I can dive into, that I can sink back or fall into and just be part of. That experience taught me so much about the presence and beauty and depth of God when I am in pain. So now I don't fear chemotherapy or bone cancer or anything that could happen. It'll take me deeper into presence. That's my dog trying to eat grass. I don't know how you feel about pain or health issues, but I suspect that you're like I was, or like the majority of people, and you dread it and you fear it. Sometimes if you get into it and you seek deeper underneath the pain, into that feeling of God, presence, or universe, or whatever it is, you can transcend it somehow, and the pain is secondary to that feeling of wholeness, peace, and joy. My fifth and final reason that I don't mind getting older and feeling the pain of aging, it drove me to buy my camper van, Ruby, and travel. And for the past 2 years, I've been traveling around the United States and all the way across Canada and back. And now I'm volunteering at horse therapy ranches. And I love it so much. And it never would have happened if I hadn't started getting older and feeling my age. What really was the tipping point was my father-in-law's death. I realized as I saw him in the coffin, and I knew right then that if I don't start living now, like death plucking my ears saying, "Live, for I am coming," I'm not going to do it. I have to do it now while I'm in my 50s and I'm feeling the effects of old age coming on, but I'm not at the point where I'm infirm or incapacitated. In your 50s is the time to start really cherishing the health that you do have, taking good care of yourself, your body and your mind and your spirit, and doing those adventures and taking those risks and doing things that you didn't take time to do before. So no matter how old you are or whatever you're dealing with, I just pray and I hope that you take good care of yourself, because the older you get and the more health issues that you deal with, the more important it is to take good care of yourself. Mwah. Want to see a little bit of Panorama Park? Let's go. It's beautiful. That's Panorama Park in Deep Cove. Georgie, what were you looking at? That's my dog Georgie. That's where some friends of mine live, down that street, but I don't live down that street. That's Panorama Drive. Okay, Georgie, let's go. That's the Deep Cove Yacht Club. That's where you can come and have a picnic anytime you come to Deep Cove. Oh, there's a squirrel. Somebody loves squirrels. She's only killed 4 squirrels, believe it or not. It was horrible. She's like a hunting dog. She's a born ratter. I won't let her off leash so you don't have to witness the brutality of a terrier. Come on, let's go. Uh-oh. That squirrel's really asking for it. Oh boy. Although, that might be a fitting way to end a video about death and dying, with a squirrel sacrificing its life. No, we're not going to do that. Oh, sorry, Georgie. It's all done. Squirrel's safe. Let's go. Yeah, it's a pretty nice place to have lived for 12 or 13 years. Pretty darn nice. That's the stage where they have weekly concerts in August, July and August. That's the public dock where you can come and dock for a few hours for free, I believe. Deep Cove Kayak Club, or kayak place. I don't think it's a club. Okay, let's go. Time to go home and get some breakfast. Right, Georgie?